Anyway, we got Rukio versus, well, Rukio is actually NoJohnnyAllowed, for those who don't know, but I think everyone knows that from going full NA. He's from Europe, versus Bylo, who is from Australia. He is on Team Baselame Advocates, and I think he's Australian, I don't actually know, but he apparently hurt his, like, finger, I don't know, probably, like, beating the shit out of a kangaroo or something, but they were thinking of, putting this off, but Blyo said he could play. And already, this is kind of a little bit funky. Usually you get your Zig. Am I missing something? That's the 6th? Okay. Where's the Zig? That had to be a mistake. I can't imagine that's right. Like, in any way. I'm confused. But, okay. Unless he's going Tavern Hero? Could it be? No. That still wouldn't make sense. Well, this is still good for Blyo in a way because he probably always plays with 200 ping, while Rukio plays with like 20 when he's probably playing on Europe, maybe 100 at most. So this is kind of like probably less. Blyo probably has 300 usually, frankly. Yeah, that was definitely a mistake. And there you go. I messed up anyway. He should have just went like full boom shiggles and bought a Pit Lord. So, DL first, probably an Expo. I'd anticipate an Expo. Should be a lot quicker. It's going to be pretty slow, which means NoJohnnyAllowed may actually get over there and cancel it easy enough. We'll see. That's an RA item. I mean, DL is not going to have that many sleeps to begin with at level 1. And if he's in a real shady spot, between the DH burning, he's going to probably sleep a creep here. So he's already going to be down quite a bit. Let's see. Starting his tech. But I thought it was going to be an Expo because he brought his Acolyte over, but he's actually teching as well. So it's kind of rare. You don't usually see DL first anymore without an Expo. I mean, you don't really ever see DL first, like, at all nowadays. But without an Expo, even more so. And sorry, I just had to check my mic to make sure it's actually on. I just realized. Even though I was talking to you people earlier and I now realize you were talking back, I had my mic off earlier. That would have been weird. Again, no chat, so I can't check these things. He's leaving his archers back. Don't really like that. It's also kind of odd that he ran his DH up here, even though he had his Wisp here. Just scout with your Wisp, He now knows it's down here because he was scouting over here, I guess, with that Wisp, but it was still kind of unnecessary for his DH to run all the way over there. Sacrificial Skull. I didn't check when he bought that, but that also indicates he usually wants the Expo. I mean, yeah, you can use it sometimes to take a bigger creep or something, but it doesn't really do that much for ghouls. Usually you do it like Fiends, just to get a little bit more regen sometimes on certain maps with certain creeps. But NoJohnnyAllowed knows there might be an Expo coming, so I presume he's bringing both Wisp over here so he can detonate and ensure. Because sometimes you need 2 Wisps to make sure, especially if one's about to get picked off. But Sacrificial Skull takes up more space than usually 1 Wisp can detonate. So that's why you bring in the second wisp. And he hasn't put down... So, I don't even think he could, but he would have to put it like right there, and I don't even think that's enough space. NoJohnnyAllowed's already done exactly what he wants to do. He could just run right now. No dust either, so these archers are fine. The DH was almost surrounded. This is always the feel bad position of like the Dreadlord. You have no more mana. You have all these hurt ghouls. And the archers just keep dodging you. It makes you feel bad. You know, Night Elf might be on my team, but I still feel bad whenever I see that. But that was good micro by Bylo. And he should be able to go... Oh, is he going to deny it? Yeah, he stole the dust. So he may have lost an archer down here, but he saved these two by taking the dust. And he got boots now, so... Superman enabled. Or he can just put it on Naga and get her out of trouble if need be. He can seal this with burn. Oh, nope. What was item? Ooh. So good. Ring of Protection. So this obviously has been a good start for NoJohnnyAllowed. And he's getting Gargs. Alright. That's pretty normal. Nice micro, but alright, he's starting to do it. I was about to say, start splitting up your ghouls. Aim different archers. Also have dust next time, but yeah. You know, Rukio has been so busy microing over here. He only has one Ancient of Lore that I can see. Nice TP pass. But one Ancient of Lore. Yeah. There's the second, and I'm guessing shop. Yep. No shop yet, which hurts, you know, especially when you got DL who can surround you. And he has no wood. And where are the Gargs? 4 Gargs. If he starts harassing the wood right now, he's in trouble. Although, not that much trouble. Because he has no wisp. He has 2 wisp on wood. Unless I'm missing some. So, while I was saying this is great for NoJohnnyAllowed, his, I think he expended so many wisp scouting and also trying to dispel over here, and he never rebuilt them. So, all of a sudden, NoJohnnyAllowed has nothing. He can build archers. Those aren't bad versus the army right now. And he's still tier 2, so there is no ghoul frenzy, so... It's not all lost yet, as long as... Well, not having any moon juice is a problem. And your shop being over there and not built, I was going to say, he just buy a pot, but he can't. He's going to live, I think. He can now just go over here, buy the orb, there you go. And now all these Gargs have to run away from just the DH. But he needs to keep running these. Run away with the archers, please. This is great XP, though, for the Dreadlord. So, yeah, you know, horrible start for Bylo, but NoJohnnyAllowed let him back in. He just didn't have enough wisp. He's going to be building them for a while. These dryads cost way too much wood for him right now. Which again isn't the worst thing because he's still tier 2. But it hurts. And he's getting a slaughterhouse probably for statues. And later tier 3 he can get A-bombs if he wants to switch over. Which he definitely can with an Expo. There you go, he woke up his DH. Now the DH solos everything. Use the Moonstone. He'll be able to reheal. And that should be, yeah, I think he's surrounded, but I wasn't sure right there if the archer was blocking or not. I'm not a fan of like, and I don't think many people are, of just fighting straight up with your guards. Yeah, I guess maybe he felt like he had the numbers, but there is no way to heal on this map easy. You know, like if we're on Concealed Hill, then yeah, you can go up and like do these type of things and go back to the well and heal. But your tier 2, you can't even use the stone form to heal up. And I mean, he doesn't know it, but he was so low on wood. If he had just been harassing on the sides with the guards, No Johnny would be in a lot of trouble if he had been doing that from the start. But you know what? He never even... Wow. I thought this whole time he had stuff on the Expo, but the Expo did nothing. I really presume when he got the, you know, slaughterhouse over here, he's building stuff out of it. He's got the guards that he must have got the Expo up and running. But no, he didn't. He's been sitting tier 2. I thought that was to build acolytes. So, despite having no wood, and despite going tier 3 and basically only being able to make archers, this one item is going to solo the whole army if it wants to. But instead he's aiming the hero. Gotta watch out. Which is gonna work, but all the Gargs could be dead by now. And he's getting his bears out. And the weird thing is, one of the counters to Gargs is bears. You just overwhelm them on the ground. And rejuve, there you go. He could pass the staff if it gets real shady, but instead he's going to kill the DL. And that's game 1. So, Blyo's going to feel bad about that game. I know he is. You know, with his hand being hurt and stuff, he's going to feel like he was behind the whole game, but I hope he watches this because he had a real opportunity because No Johnny lost so many. I don't know if he just didn't build them. Maybe, but we did see like 4 Wisp get dispelled across the map. They only had 2 in his base, and he used, I guess, 3 to make his lures and his wonder. So he had an opportunity there, but he didn't capitalize on it. He sat tier 2. He got a slaughterhouse, but he never did anything with his Expo. So waiting on next game. And NoJohnnyAllowed says he needs a second. So we're just waiting on that too. Why DL? You know, I don't know. I mean, occasionally I'll go DL just if I want to switch things up. Cinematic versus Night Elf, you can. But they've largely figured it out. You know, like Side kind of made that popular for a little while, but then CL got buffed, and everyone's like, all right, let's just go CL. But I don't know if you saw the beginning of the game, but he didn't build a Zig until he built his shop, which I think he clearly saw was a mistake. So at that point, I probably wouldn't have gone DL. You're already so far behind. I don't know. I mean, I would never go a Tavern Hero, but at that point, I almost feel like maybe just getting a Tavern Hero to get something out would have been nice. I probably would have gone like just standard. I would have either gone CL and gone full in on an Expo, or probably gone DK and just teched as hard as I could to tier 3. If it was me. Still just waiting for NoJohnnyAllowed. It's like 12 at night by him. So, who knows? what's up by him. He's a boomer, I think. So, 12 is pretty late for him, right? It's not freaking remote who's up at 7 in the morning. All right, so TS is next. That's, if he tries to do an early expo, could be a little bit risky. You can go shop as the Night Elf real quick, get those awesome items, and then go right across to the other side of the map and, dispel some skellies and whatnot. So I'm curious if he's going to try an early expo. We're still waiting on NoJohnnyAllowed, I think, but the game should be going up. Oh, he's here though, so we should get started soon. Great. Eclipse Nova, Baron is great. Well, that's a big lie. But thanks. Alrighty. Should be starting soon. Hopefully. Because I don't know how to fill downtime. I'm not going to drink beer out of a boot like in sup. I could tell you I am. No one would know without a webcam though. Well, they're ready, so I don't know. Whenever Baron, fake Baron Von SG. Whenever he's ready, we're gonna go. I think. Yeah, NoJohnnyAllowed just commented that he shit himself when he saw the army coming to his base. So, in game 1. That was pretty scary. Yep, and now he's saying the same thing. In my our team's private chat, he's saying, thank God for tier 3 orb, which is totally true. It's like all you need to counter Gargs early on. Just get the damn orb and laugh. Alright, I'm going to PM Baron, see where he is. Yeah, there he's back. Good. Who's Act 1? I thought it was Arc for a second. So let's see. Let's see if Bylo corrects his build order this game. Hopefully he does, and we're going to have a... We'll see what his real strategy is. Yep. Okay. He's... NoJohnnyAllowed's doing the standard. He's going to go put down his AOW. And we got the Zig on time. 4 Acolytes, then you build a Zig when you go Crypt with the altar first. Or else it's just way too late. Last game, I think Bylo built 6. Yeah, 6 Acolytes. His sixth one built the shop, and then he realized he had no Zig, and he built a Zig. So everything should be quicker. Let's see if NoJohnnyAllowed can deal with it this time, though. Let's see if he just says screw it and goes like Crypt Lord. I feel like, you know, Jats is another player from that area, Australia, or I don't know, New Zealand, wherever. And I feel like he plays more macro-oriented strats when he has to. Like, he'll go mass HH with like a tower push versus Lucker. I saw him do that once. I don't know if that's what is like standard or if it's like to account for the ping. But he's going DL again. I was going to say maybe he should just go CL. Go Crypt Lord and rely on the fact that Crypt Lord gives you so many minions, you just overrun the other side. You know? Let's see if NoJohnnyAllowed knows how to creep this. Dead Acolyte. But his hero wasn't out, so no XP for him. And no lightning shield. So this is going to be very slow. He might even lose his Ancient of War. I thought that Wisp was coming over to repair. But that's, oof. That hurts, especially when you have a DL first. So this is going to be extremely slow. But he wants the Expo. But he's not going straight Expo. He's doing these creeps first. So that time he bought by waking up the creep, putting damage on the Ancient of War, it's not going to great use because it's going to give NoJohnnyAllowed enough time to do all this, get not the greatest items, go heal, and then come over. But he's gonna Expo. He definitely is gonna Expo. Just very slowly. Now, if he can get level 3 before NoJohnnyAllowed like really harasses him while he's Expoing, because I presume NoJohnnyAllowed wants to run over, but he took so much damage. He healed his archer with one Moonwell, and then he tried with the other Moonwell. So his hero isn't even full life. But what I was saying is if he gets level 3 from some of these camps before NoJohnnyAllowed comes over here, his sleep will be much cheaper. And NoJohnnyAllowed is still going to be sitting on a 50 mana burn, not 100, because he's got to run all the way over here. And he's getting down his Zig this time. There are no Wisp around. Let's make sure he has enough Wisp. He is buying the Forest Troll Berserker. More damage. If he knew this one was up, he'd probably buy it over here, but he doesn't realize that. I'm just good. NoJohnnyAllowed actually has some Wisp this time too. Dispel the sleep. That's alright. He could also dispel some of these skellies. Make his life easier. And this Forest Troll Berserker, it's always scary. That was a lot lost. Suddenly, you know, you saw before, Bylo was, you know, once he started that creep, he should have closed in on level 3, but now NoJohnnyAllowed's almost level 3 as well. And if he wants to, he can buy, is he? The Forest Troll Berserker over here, which I think Bylo wanted, but he's not getting. And the only thing available is that, which does nothing for him. The mana pot is nice though, but in the end, not going to do too much. He's going to lose this one priest, which is kind of sloppy, but he bought another one. Had no mana on it. He doesn't want to lose this. That's like 2 archers. 245. It is basically 2 archers. It does the damage of 2 archers, a little bit more. And that should be a... Okay, I was going to say a dead DL, but no. So this has been horrible. That's the only way to really summarize this. He hasn't even gotten the item over here. So I think No Johnny knows that. He's also checking to make sure there's no expo, but now he's going to see this. He should take this. Take it. The item. It's like the only great thing about that camp, aside the expo, is the friggin' item. But no, doesn't want the item. It's going to leave it. Also leaving his Shadow Troll Priest. Now NoJohnnyAllowed doesn't know what he's doing. He's like, alright, I'm not sure what I should do next. Well, he figured it out. Kill the DL. I'm going to say that was a very tactical waiting. So that was hard on Bylo. Going DL first, that's very risky. You know Johnny played this very textbook. You know, he takes his shop. He didn't do it very quickly, but I shouldn't say shop, the Merc camp. Bought some Mercs, ran across the map, and because you went Bylo, you went for the green, then you went for your own Merc camp, and then you went to the expo, you weren't able to finish. And between the Mercs hitting you, or the Trolls hitting you, between him hitting you, and between the late Zig, you couldn't get it up. Maybe if you got in there right away, you know, you could, on that map, there is the possibility of kind of going there right away, even with DL. You just kind of overrun them, especially since they put critters on that map. Look where the critters are. There's a few of them that kind of lead their way over there, or even just take that one little green camp, get some critters there if you really wanted to, and then go. But you really need to get that Zig up. The Zig really depends. The Zig almost determines whether or not you're going to hold a push, because NoJohnnyAllowed is going to just keep coming. And actually, by creeping the Merc camp and not buying any of the Mercs, you left the Merc camp open for NoJohnnyAllowed to use against you. He didn't realize he could use it against you until a little bit later, but that's also another vulnerability. So you can definitely work on your build order, and I think that could have been a ton harder for NoJohnny to stop. The problem with DL is, since Side made it popular, everyone's figured it out, and that's why it's kind of fallen out of fashion, not just because CL got better, but because Side made everyone go, holy crap, let's just play DL and overrun them and get level 6 with a solo DL and laugh. That they kind of figured out, Night Elves figured out, for the most part, how to deal with DL. I mean, I'm sure it's going to come back as a pocket strat once Night Elves start forgetting they should be doing certain things to counter DLs. But that was a good game. Bylo stepped up. He hurt his finger, but he told us he may have to postpone. Instead, he's decided to play. He's playing from Australia as well. So between the two of those were good games. They might have looked a little bit one-sided the second game, but he definitely had his opportunities in the first game, and I think it was just his creep pattern for game 2 that made the difference. And NoJohnnyAllowed played that pretty textbook. He got caught with his pants down first game when he didn't have any wood, but the orb saved him.